Kim Porter's sudden and untimely death sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. A beloved model, actress, and longtime partner of Sean "Diddy" Combs, Kim's death at the age of 46 in 2018 left fans and those close to her with more questions than answers. While the official cause of death was initially ruled as natural, with the coroner citing pneumonia as the contributing factor, rumors and speculations surrounding her death began to emerge almost immediately. What started as a tragic loss for the celebrity community has since transformed into a deep dive into the mysterious circumstances that may have contributed to her untimely demise. As we investigate the details, several key players and events lead to a complicated web of rumors, unsettling accounts, and shocking revelations. This is the story of Kim Porter's mysterious death and the explosive claims that have surfaced since her passing. The last day of Kim Porter. An unsettling timeline. Kim Porter's final hours are shrouded in uncertainty, with different accounts from friends, family, and associates offering varying perspectives on what transpired before her death. The most telling clue to the mystery lies in the timeline of events on the morning of her death. Dallas Austin, a notable music producer, was one of the last people to see Kim alive. According to reports, Austin's daughter had spent time with Kim in the hours leading up to her passing. Around 8 a.m. on the day she died, Austin's daughter left Kim's house. Just hours later, around 2:15 a.m., Kim reportedly made a phone call to 911, though the contents of the call remain unclear. What happened during those crucial moments before Kim's death remains a mystery, but the timeline raises questions about the people who were around her and the circumstances surrounding her sudden collapse. Some sources believe that Kim's father has spoken out, suggesting that his daughter's death was not entirely natural. The confusion surrounding the 911 call, combined with the fact that the person who saw her last, Dallas Austin's daughter, left the house just hours before Kim's untimely demise, has fueled further suspicion. The book that exposes Diddy's dark side, Kim's Lost Words. In the years following Kim's death, a book surfaced that claimed to reveal Kim's personal thoughts and reflections, shedding light on her life with Diddy. Written by Chris Todd, the book is titled Kim's Lost Words: A Journey for Justice from the Other Side. The book, which was allegedly written by Kim herself before her passing, is said to have been compiled from notes and writings given to Todd by one of Kim's friends after her death. This book has made some bombshell claims that could have serious consequences for Diddy, alleging that Kim had begun to uncover unsettling truths about her longtime partner's behavior. The book paints a picture of Kim's early life, growing up in Georgia before moving to California in search of a bigger career in modeling. She quickly made a name for herself in the industry, and it was during this time that she met Diddy, who was just beginning to make his mark at the Uptown label. According to the book, Kim's first impression of Diddy wasn't overwhelming. He was an up-and-coming producer who wasn't yet the media mogul he would later become. However, Diddy's charm and persistence ultimately wore her down. After a few dates, the two became more serious, and their relationship quickly evolved into a romantic and professional partnership. The book recounts how Diddy was relentless in his pursuit of Kim, even admitting to her that he had fallen in love with her after just a few encounters. Despite her initial hesitations, Kim eventually relented and agreed to date him. But as their relationship deepened, Kim began to witness disturbing behavior from Diddy, behaviors that would later be described in the book. The alleged abuse, a darker side of Diddy's personality. As the book delves deeper into Kim's relationship with Diddy, it paints a portrait of a man who was not only controlling but at times abusive. Kim reportedly experienced both emotional and physical abuse at Diddy's hands. One of the more troubling claims involves an alleged incident where Diddy slapped Kim after she made a comment alluding to a possible romantic relationship between Diddy and Clive Davis. According to Kim's account, Diddy became enraged and physically struck her, only to apologize profusely afterward. This moment, according to the book, was part of a pattern of behavior that Kim found disturbing. Perhaps the most unsettling claims in the book involve allegations of Diddy's bizarre sexual preferences and violent tendencies. Kim describes incidents where Diddy allegedly pressured her into engaging in sexual acts that made her uncomfortable. In one instance, he begged her to repeat an act, but Kim was repulsed by his request. Diddy's frustration reportedly led to him slamming her to the ground, pointing a gun at her, and making a chilling declaration: "You're mine. You don't have a choice in that." These claims paint a terrifying portrait of a man who, behind the scenes, was nothing like the charming, suave music mogul that the public adored. Kim, who had been in relationships before, reportedly found herself in a toxic cycle, trapped by Diddy's manipulative behavior and his increasing unpredictability. The alleged hidden videos and dark secrets. Among the most disturbing claims in the book is the assertion that Kim discovered hidden videos that involved Diddy with young boys. While the specifics of these videos are unclear, the suggestion that Diddy may have been involved in illegal or inappropriate activities has only added to the growing mystery surrounding Kim's death. The book claims that Kim found these videos at some point in the final years of her life, and it is implied that she became aware of Diddy's darker side during this time. The speculation about these videos ties into a wider network of allegations that have been circulating for years about Diddy's alleged involvement in some very shady activities. From rumors of connections to high-profile figures in the entertainment industry, to whispers about Diddy's ties to unsavory practices, the mystery only deepens. However, as of now, there is no concrete evidence to support these claims, but they add another layer of intrigue to an already convoluted story. The open relationship and the Tupac connection. Another explosive claim in the book revolves around Kim's alleged open relationship with Diddy, which reportedly involved her having romantic interactions with other men, including the late Tupac Shakur. This claim, while not definitively proven, adds another layer of complexity to the already tense relationship between Kim, Diddy, and the people around them. There is no solid proof that Kim and Tupac were romantically involved, but the suggestion that she had a connection with him while still with Diddy is controversial and could tarnish the image of their relationship. What is particularly intriguing about this theory is the long-standing rumor that Diddy and Tupac were involved in a bitter rivalry that ultimately led to Tupac's tragic death. Some theories suggest that Diddy was involved in orchestrating Tupac's murder, though there has never been conclusive evidence to support these claims. If it were true that Kim and Tupac were romantically involved, it would add an entirely new layer to the conspiracy theories surrounding Tupac's death, especially given the dramatic and often violent fallout between the two men. Adding fuel to the fire, there are claims that Kim was seen wearing a Tupac shirt while attending an event with Diddy, which only raised further questions about her potential relationship with the slain rapper. In a bizarre twist, sources close to Kim have suggested that she may have had a greater affection for Tupac than for Diddy, but her decision to stay with Diddy, despite the reported abuse, was likely influenced by his wealth and power. The aftermath, unanswered questions, and suspicions. Since Kim Porter's death, many people have speculated about the true cause of her demise. While the official cause of death was ruled as pneumonia, the circumstances surrounding her death have continued to raise questions. Was her death really a natural occurrence, or was something more sinister at play? The allegations in Kim's lost words and the ongoing rumors about Diddy's actions have made it difficult to separate fact from fiction. Perhaps one of the most perplexing aspects of the case is the lack of an extensive investigation into Kim's death. Some sources have suggested that an autopsy was conducted, but the results were inconclusive or even manipulated. The lack of transparency surrounding the investigation only fuels the growing conspiracy theories about her passing. Was Kim Porter murdered to keep her quiet about what she knew? Or was her death simply an unfortunate tragedy that has been clouded by suspicion? As the investigation continues to unfold and new details emerge, one thing remains clear. Kim Porter's death has left a permanent stain on Diddy's legacy. Whether or not the allegations against him are true, the public perception of the music mogul has been irreversibly changed. With every new revelation, the mystery deepens, and Diddy's carefully crafted public persona begins to crack. As the entertainment industry watches with bated breath, the question remains: will the truth about Kim Porter's death ever come to light? Only time will tell. Kim Porter, her relationship with Diddy and her life in the spotlight. Kim Porter was a woman of many talents and connections. She gained fame as a model, actress, and, more significantly, as a figure in the hip-hop world due to her relationship with Diddy, the founder of Bad Boy Records. Their relationship was always under the scrutiny of the public eye, but it was also one that came with many complexities. They shared a family together, with their children being central to their bond. However, their romantic relationship was far from straightforward. There were times of reconciliation and separation, and it became increasingly clear that Diddy's lifestyle, dominated by power, control, and the pressures of the entertainment industry, had an effect on Porter's life. Allegations of abuse and control. A toxic relationship? Over time, whispers of abuse and control began to surface, particularly regarding Diddy's treatment of Porter during their relationship. Many insiders claim that Porter's relationship with Diddy was marked by manipulation, possessiveness, and coercion. These allegations became more pronounced after her death, when former friends and associates began to speak out about what they had witnessed during her time with him. One of the most vocal critics of Diddy's behavior was Al B. Sure, Porter's ex-husband and the father of her son Quincy. Al B. Sure was one of the first to suggest that Porter's death was not as innocent as it seemed. He implied that the public had been misled and that there were deeper, more sinister forces at play. He was among the many who pointed to Diddy's involvement in Porter's death, citing the suspicious nature of her passing, which came just days before he was caught up in a massive federal case. Many found the timing of her death odd, and the circumstances surrounding it even more so. The book that shocked everyone. Kim's Lost Words. One of the most significant pieces of evidence to surface after Kim Porter's death was the book titled Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, allegedly written by Porter herself. The book was published posthumously by Chris Todd, who claimed that he received the manuscript from one of Kim's friends. This book revealed shocking details about her life and her relationship with Diddy. According to Todd, the book was written in the final days of Porter's life and shed light on her struggles and the troubling experiences she had in her relationship with Diddy. It suggested that Porter had been involved in activities with Diddy that were unsettling, including disturbing videos allegedly involving Diddy and young boys, as well as claims of physical violence. The book also revealed how Porter allegedly endured Diddy's possessiveness and control over her, and how he became enraged when she refused to comply with his demands. However, while many people were intrigued by the book's contents, others have dismissed it as fiction, including Porter's close friend Ebony Electra and her ex-husband Al B. Sure. Despite these denials, The allegations raised in the book were explosive, causing many to reconsider the official narrative surrounding Porter's death. The possible motive for silence. A threat to Diddy? One of the most troubling aspects of the book is its suggestion that Porter was about to expose Diddy before her death. Al B. Sure and other close associates of Porter believe that Kim was working on a project, possibly a book or a documentary, that would have revealed the darker aspects of her relationship with Diddy. However, after her death, her computer and other personal items mysteriously went missing, raising suspicions that someone had intervened to prevent the world from learning the truth. The idea that Kim was close to exposing something big, perhaps even a web of criminal activity involving Diddy and his associates, has fueled the theory that her death may have been orchestrated to silence her. This theory is compounded by the fact that Porter's phone was never recovered, and her iCloud account was never accessed to retrieve important data, including text messages or call logs that might have provided insight into her final days. Allegations of foul play, missing items, and missing evidence. The circumstances surrounding Kim Porter's death have raised significant concerns about possible foul play. According to reports, after Porter's death, her home was found to have been ransacked. Personal items, including her computer and phone, were missing. This has led many to believe that someone might have been trying to prevent her from sharing what she had discovered or what she was planning to reveal. Even more disturbing were the reports that Porter's body showed signs of injury. Some sources have claimed that she had bruises on her body, and there were suspicions that her death could have been the result of physical violence. The initial autopsy results indicated that Porter had died from pneumonia, but the discovery of toxins in her system has led some to believe that she was poisoned. These findings have raised more questions than answers, leading to calls from various parties to have her case reopened. Diddy's role and the allegations of murder. In the wake of Porter's death, many people have pointed fingers at Diddy as the primary suspect. Al B. Sure, along with others, has suggested that Diddy may have been involved in her death, perhaps to silence her or prevent her from exposing his activities. Diddy's past relationships with powerful figures in the entertainment industry, including his association with major music moguls like Clive Davis, have also come under scrutiny. The suggestion that Diddy may have been involved in shady dealings and criminal activities is not new. One of the most controversial allegations involves Diddy's relationship with other women and his apparent obsession with controlling Porter. According to some accounts, Diddy had a habit of using Porter as a pawn in his business dealings, forcing her to sleep with people he was trying to make deals with in the industry. This claim is supported by allegations from Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, who has suggested that Diddy would go to great lengths to ensure that Porter remained under his control. Deal has also gone public with claims that Diddy would have Porter participate in arranged sexual encounters with business associates in order to secure deals. He even went so far as to say that Porter once tried to defend herself in a violent altercation with Diddy, in which she allegedly stabbed him with a corkscrew. While the injury was minor, the event paints a picture of a volatile and abusive relationship. The role of Diddy's PR team. Managing the narrative. In the wake of Kim Porter's untimely death, the role of Diddy's public relations PR team became a focal point in the ongoing controversy surrounding the circumstances of her passing. A highly skilled and influential team, Diddy's PR professionals are accustomed to managing complex situations and protecting the mogul's image. Given the gravity of the allegations against him, many believe his PR team was instrumental in controlling the narrative and minimizing any negative fallout for Diddy, who has long been a powerful figure in both the entertainment industry and the business world. One of the most prominent pieces of evidence that surfaced after Kim's death was the book Kim's Lost Words, which allegedly detailed the darker aspects of her life. including her relationship with Diddy. The book's contents were explosive, revealing potential abuse and manipulation, as well as her struggles with Diddy's controlling behavior. Many insiders believe that Diddy's PR team worked to undermine the credibility of the book, trying to discredit its claims by releasing an alternative version of the narrative. By doing so, they hoped to prevent the book from becoming a source of damaging revelations about Diddy and to control how the public would perceive both the events leading up to Kim's death and her legacy. In the world of public relations, spinning a story is a common and often necessary tactic for managing public perception, particularly for high-profile individuals like Diddy. The entertainment industry is filled with examples of celebrities utilizing PR strategies to mitigate the effects of negative publicity. And Diddy's case is no different. His PR team, accustomed to dealing with crises, likely employed their expertise to spin the details surrounding Kim Porter's death, steering public attention away from any allegations that could harm his reputation. This is further exemplified by the swift and decisive steps his team took in controlling the narrative surrounding Porter's death. The fact that his PR team quickly worked to distance Diddy from any speculation or conspiracy theories about foul play speaks to their ability to manage public perception effectively. Given the complexity of Diddy's relationships in the industry and the deep connections his PR team has, it is entirely plausible that they would seek to suppress the release of any information that could cast doubt on his character, particularly if it had the potential to ruin his public image. Conclusion: the unanswered questions and Kim Porter's legacy. The death of Kim Porter is clouded in uncertainty, and as more details continue to surface, it becomes increasingly clear that the full truth behind her passing remains obscured. While the official cause of death was pneumonia, the presence of mysterious circumstances, such as the missing items from her home, her bruised body, and the existence of potential evidence pointing to foul play, raises significant questions that have yet to be answered. These lingering uncertainties suggest that the circumstances surrounding Kim Porter's death are far more complex than the public has been led to believe. Kim Porter's legacy, however, remains undiminished by the controversies surrounding her death. She was a woman of immense beauty, strength, and talent, a loving mother, successful model, and actress who touched the lives of those around her. Her untimely death left a void in the entertainment industry, and the questions that continue to swirl around it have only served to intensify the desire for justice and truth. As time passes, it is possible that the full story of Kim Porter's life and death will eventually come to light. Until then, her legacy serves as a reminder of the complexities of fame, love, and loss, while the unanswered questions surrounding her death continue to haunt those who knew her best.